Back? Question mark? Let's see. Pop live. Go live chat. Yes, we're back. Okay. So pick ban starting right now, as the Pike is going to be coming out right here for the side of Evil, and I'm gonna play some music.
Yeah, I'd like to see, like I said, I'd like to see Team Evil just ban all three Hook champions in the bottom lane, and give Chad a chance to just be a total pop off, like reduce his weaknesses, and he might be the strong point of the team suddenly.
There is a chance where you just ban the Pike and the Thresh and take the Nautilus for yourself, because I know that formerly known as Boss Tome's counterspell can play the Nautilus.
Yeah.
So they banned all three Hook champions, as they are probably listening to the draft plans that you laid out, and the Morgana actually gets banned away. So this time no flex, and Boston counterspell does not get it either. So interesting to see how this works for them, as a first pick priority could be something of the likes of a set if it does play. Zyra.
Oh, that is interesting. Opening themselves up to a counter pick from the side of WSP. This would require an enchanter support out of Slaga, which actually gives Evil the advantage and keeps Chad safe. I really like this.
And also it gives the lane priority they need. Now the Misfortune counter pick right here, not going to be the Misfortune support that we see, but yeah, I can deal with the Zyra plans really, really well. So for everyone wanting to know, because I know y'all were all on bated breath because I kept on teasing it, the champion I want to see locked in for Chad Penguin, I will tell you afterwards, because I know that people are probably still in the chat room. Oh no, there's only 4 people in here. It's Vayne. I want to see Vayne. Vayne and Misfortune does not sound good, but you do have the Zyra. Only other thing that you can really look for is Ashe Zyra right here.
I think they're gonna play Ashe Zyra. While Vayne would be cool to watch, Vayne Zyra is statistically one of the worst lanes in League of Legends.
I can think of worse.
That's fair. That's probably one of the worst synergy lanes I can think of, though. Zyra wanting to fight all lane, and Vayne just wanted to farm. In fact, my good friend Venus and I have tried that lane many times with both of us on both of the champions.
Well, see, no, Zyra just needs to change the way that she operates in the lane. She doesn't need to look to fight the whole time. She just needs to look to control the state of the lane. If anyone, there's no hard engage coming in, right? Like, the only thing that you can see from Slaga right now would be the Alistar at this point. And if you do the Alistar here, then you're giving, the Blitzcrank. Okay, so, God, it's got to be Ashe Zyra now. I feel like it has to be.
It looks good for Ashe Zyra. I also like Tristana Zyra here. Ashe is a little weak to the Blitzcrank Misfortune combo. She has no way to survive. I do like the fact that Kled and Ahri were picked. It will be Panic at the Top Hat on Kled and Clumsy Chocobo on Ahri, as those are the players on that team that play those champions. The Ahri gives them a lot of solo agency, and now with the team comp they've drafted so far, they can respond to early game fights.
Yeah, I do like this. Now, trying to think of other champions. The Sivir was one that I was trying to think of. I don't know what jungler they're going to pick. It could be something. I don't want to see the Zac here.
I bet you it'll be a Zac redo. I'm sure the tank will have to come out of the jungle, and I just don't know how many tank junglers that Clumsy Chocobo does play. Sorry, it'd be Juice Me Mommy on the Ahri. Sorry, my bad.
Sejuani would be.
Sejuani would be great with the Kled.
I like the Sejuani, and in a really weird way, I like a Mumu. Here.
I like a movement too. It pairs with the Zyra really well.
Yeah, and if not that, if you want to make it the easiest way to manipulate, it'd be Nunu, as it's Talon in the mid lane. And they're saving their last pick for jungle, which means I feel like they're about to run double assassin with the Evelynn.
I wonder if new Capiturk is being shifted to the Talon here.
Or if
it's just Venus to Odysseus
just
going to take the Talon.
What if it's Talon jungle?
Oh, that would be clean.
Yeah, the bleed does stack now. as it's going to be the Ezreal hover and lock-in. So there is a lot of mobility on the side of Evil's carries right now. Please don't pick the Zac.
Are you enjoying the fact that 3 Hook champions were banned and WSP picked the last Hook champion?
Yeah. It's kind of why like the Nautilus could have been picked up. Here comes the Sejuani. So the
that's a great pick to pair with the Kled. I really enjoy that.
I think it's good. There's a lot of amount of zone control that can happen. Victor would have been the only other champion I think would have been really nice instead of the Ahri. But that's okay here with everything that's going on. We're about to find if this is Talon Jungler or not, though.
So at the first look of Evil's team, no, it's Echo Jungle. At the initial look of Evil's team draft, it looks like their team comp is a little off, right? Because Sejuani wants to fight all in, and once she goes all in, there's like not really sustained damage. But the Zyra pick actually offers so much sustained damage in a team fight if left unchecked. So I'm excited to see Evil pull off some of these fights, and now they can really utilize that flank.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping, because what we saw last time against another Hook champion, now just a faster Hook champion in the Blitzcrank, Zyra cannot be caught out. We saw Nami get caught out a lot last game, and Ezreal has the nice E buffer from the Blitzcrank, so that's fine. Kind of the same idea that you were talking about with the Tristana. I just think the consistent damage is really, really lacking. Something that you usually see paired with a Sejuani. You're not usually using Sejuani as like something to do a pick comp on.
Right, and that's the point I was trying to make earlier with that Zyra pick, making up for that lack of consistent damage, that like high DPS rate when they go into the team fights. So like I said, at first look it seems weak, but now that kind of makes sense there. Flipping the page completely over to WSP side, they are completely at a disadvantage when it comes to team fight unless their team snowballs really fast or find a pick and then turn the fight into a 5v4 fight.
Yeah, it's super pick heavy. I feel like the Blitzcrank is such a good pick though, and then saying that you wanted to choose Ezreal after that, I would have liked the Tristana here better, and here's my reason why. If Blitzcrank, you've given Blitzcrank the opportunity to roam now and not get punished, because what's Ezreal Zyra going to do in lane? Like in terms of punishing an opponent. Maybe like zone them off the wave and like land some poke, and then Misfortune just has to stand back and wait for Blitzcrank to come back, or maybe he doesn't have the chance to roam, whatever. But if you were to pick the Tristana there at any moment that Blitzcrank leaves, you can just jump on top of Misfortune. And it's super, super easy.
Absolutely. I do think that Tristana is the best pick in that scenario. And maybe Evil will live to Game 3 to regret it and make that fix there.
Yeah, I hope they do live. I hope they don't regret the pick. I also kind of wish they would have prioritized the Jarvan, because I think Jarvan just works really well for their team. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now. As I'm just going to let music play as I'm trying to think more about these team comps and how they're going to, Vitalis on this Talon, running the double assassins again, and Echo being more of a champion that's exactly like the style that New Kappa likes to play. Has a get out of jail free card. Same thing.
Plenty of autonomy.
Yeah. Vitalis, same thing. And just the ability that anytime either one of these champions are off the map after you see them for a couple of seconds, you have to be aware because of how well they can traverse terrain. The Ezreal really going to be, hoping that his E is on like a 2-second cooldown for the entirety of the game.
Yeah. I'm interested to see how this initial invade goes, right? You would think, like, just imagining it out in my mind, you'd think WSP invades the Blitzcrank leading right. Evil stacks in a bush trying to use the Sejuani and Kled. burst damage followed by the Arya and Ezra, right? And then maybe they pick out the first person. However, Echo with his W start naturally on a jungle camp might be able to catch 5 people sitting in a bush as a result of that, and then finish out the fight to make it a 1 for 4 trade in the initial invade.
Agreed. I think we will see the invade though. Currently playing my favorite world song, which is Phoenix. I think
It is incredible animation.
the animation's good, and I really like the message that's sent. As we're about to load in here, I think this game's gonna be going to, if the whole thing is for me, evil. We're not going to the game. I got debated by spectator delay. Evil have to reassess the way that they played against them and just say, hey, if Blitzcrank Cook is up, we just can't go clear wards, and if we don't know where Talon or Echo are, we can't go do stuff. Like, they just need to play around not getting picked and fighting on WSP's terms.
Yeah, or specifically, they have to go clear wards as a group. Actually, a habit of many of our support players in the PMLCS is our support players are just used to walking off into the jungle and clearing wards on their own, and that more than often not get them killed. So I hope they make the fix this game to bring somebody with counterspell to go clear wards. Hopefully, either Panic at the Top or Clumsy Chocobo.
Agreed.
So, while we have some dead air, what's been your favorite quarantine hobby, other than League of Legends?
As if there was another hobby. I have been streaming a bit more, so that's been kind of
really
fun.
cool.
That is definitely something I've enjoyed. I'm streaming Firewatch currently, and I'm going to be doing it after the other series ends. So, yeah.
Well, that's thrilling.
Yeah, it definitely is. It's a weird game based off of, so you're a guy named Henry, okay, and you don't premium Pornhub boys. What, Aurion? What?
It's free. It's free right now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even know what you would get more of. Like, what does that even do? Like,
That's what I asked.
Like, yeah,
I
you're
have no
just
idea.
you're just watching more free stuff. Congrats. We're not on PMA LCS channel, so it's okay. We can talk about this. But so you're a guy named Henry. You fall in love with this girl named Julia, and y'all get married and get a dog. And like, there's like choices that you can make, like based off of some stuff. So it's like not a choose your own adventure thing, but you have like reactions that shape the way certain things happen. And then she gets dementia at like 40, which is like super early. And then so she gets taken back home to Melbourne, Australia. And then you go find this job as a fire camp ranger, or like outlook guy. And then you talk via comms to this girl named Delilah, who is in the other tower, and you've never met her, and you don't meet her as far as I know in the entirety of the game so far. Not trying to spoil anything, but it's really, really crazy, and there's a lot of mystery and nuance, and the graphics are really pretty, as well as just the it's a really good story with a lot of built-in like anxiety and suspense. Kevin was watching it last night, and I invite anybody to come watch it after the game over on PMA LCS. And as well,
Excellent plug. I appreciate that.
Sean on that Firewatch talk. Yep. As opposed to the fireside chats, I was doing Firewatch talk. So.
I'm interested to see that they didn't remove the set from Fish Baby Boy. While it didn't necessarily pop off, it was a significant pick on the side of Team WSP last game.
Yep. Now Kled definitely does better into it, and now he's running the Conqueror. Fish Baby Bot's still running the Aftershock. Echo running the. We'll pause at 10.
Yep. This matchup is absolutely on Panic at the Top Hat to hold off on his E until Fish Baby Bot uses his haymaker.
Yeah.
Once he does, he makes that trade positive, and he forces Fish Baby Bot out of the lane.
I agree. I have still not loaded into the game quite yet.
Same. I'm at 0-0-0-0 for like 10 seconds.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they're paused. I don't know.
No, we would know.
Oh, true. There we are.
Yeah, and then I'm pausing at 10. All right.
I'm paused.
3.
Wait, I'm not paused.
Oh, you're not?
Nope, give me a second.
Okay.
I thought I was. Alright, I'm paused.
3, 2, 1, go. And you'll be play-by-play this time?
Yep.
Sure.
Take it away.
Take it away, you. Yeah.
Oh, you're the color caster now.
Oh yeah. Man, look, the blue and the red side. I've done all the colors in the game. So they're stacking in this bush, expecting the invade, and they did ward 2 of the brushes that would spot them out. If Blitzcrank gets jumped on, if Zyra starts E, which she did, grasping roots right there, they can get the pick on this. And all the thumbs up come in the bush right there as they're waiting for anything to happen.
Yeah, and here comes the scenario I'm concerned about. Blitzcrank gets the hook, Zyra retaliates with a bunch of AoE, and then Echo gets the AoE stun for the finish. We wait with bated breath.
Alright, so it would be a 4v5 as, man, it's a game of chicken right now.
They're going to wait this entire time out. Oh, God. Sejuani goes to the buffs. Zyra's going to peek by this Krug camp. Ezra's going to flirt with danger, and here comes the late invade as Blitzcrank rounds the corner with his entire team.
Yep, Chat Penguin forced the fly. Oh, yeah, this is you.
Trackman forced flash. The fight continues. Red Buff doing his best to come out the back of these champions. MF does that double up on Sejuani. Sejuani's too low after the Ray comes and clears most of her health bar, and Echo walks away with a fresh red buff.
Yeah, that was sad for them. Juice Me Mommy fighting Vitalis right here. Should know that the enemy jungler is behind you.
The level 2 gank comes in from Echo, but Echo does not have phase dive yet, so he can't really close his gap. I would just like to see Arya walked around that corner, actually. There was no way those 2 champions could have reached her and killed her.
Yeah.
As we see, once again, Panic at the top at having a dominating level 1 experience.
Yeah.
The hook comes out of Blitzcrank, but nothing comes of it as Misfortune was way out of position to capitalize.
Mm-hmm. I would like to say that so Clumsy Chocobo, still level 1, had to back, starts these, doesn't even start the E, started the W on Sejuani. So this is going to be an extremely slow clear.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be miserable. Echo having this monumental lead on him, meaning Echo's going to be able to answer this top lane so early. With flashes down, though, where do you think New Capitur should be looking for ganks next?
So I think he's going to... I would actually just like to see him bully the Sejuani even more. You don't necessarily know, I believe, that the Sejuani is so far behind, but you can look to like go into the... Oh man, got real low. I thought Director Camera took us there because he was going to die. Director Camera does that. The only reason they show you certain things is because either someone's trading a lot or they're going to die. You ever see a low health jungler? Probably going to die. But, you know, for New Kappa, I think mid is the place to be. Vitalis, right here on top of this... Excuse me, Mommy. He knows he's in there. Just throw the charm. What the...
We see Echo come around behind with the phase dive into Ezra. Ezra has no flash as he gets Robot Arm back into Blitzcrank, and the first blood, or second blood drops, or first blood, yeah, drops down to him. Vitalis actually gets caught up by Juice Me Mommy, contesting a Scuttle Crab he had no right to contest.
Yeah. I don't know. So maybe he felt emboldened by, hey, missed a point blank charm, as now Fish Baby Bot does go in there. Gets actually a way better into the trade because Panic at the top hat never procced Conqueror.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
seems weird going for that quick trade like that. Kled wants to get his full rotation out before he dissipates from a trade, and he just dive into a full lane of minions.
Mm-hmm. I do think it's pretty interesting that all that happened right there.
Yeah.
Because I don't know why or how Vitalis, died. And the fact that... Wait, did we switch? Okay, we did switch. I thought I was on a different scene for a second.
Yeah, I imagine even though the charm missed, Sejuani probably just applied her slow eventually, and Talon probably just thought he could get more, or bit off more than he can really chew at the end of that fight. As we see Sejuani come in for a quick smite steal, but he does have positioning to get out, as Talon's not going to take the 1v2. We do see the bot lane in place, though, to answer this.
Yeah, General Dill joining in the chat, talking about his disdain for Echo as a champion and the jungle. Echo, which hasn't fallen below a 52.5% win rate in the past 20 patches globally.
Echo jungle, it has remained a consistent threat for so many patches. And as a jungler myself, I'm bored of playing that champion.
Not if you're Hansu or New Kappa Turk, which I kind of felt like they're the exact same as New Kappa. Gonna be able to just continue to jump over walls. Fish Baby Bot gets the flash out. The damage comes down. And wow, Fish Baby Bot's not even level 6 yet. And lost a huge wave top lane. Why am I play-by-play? I'm so sorry.
Sorry, my bad.
No, it's okay.
That's okay.
We're just
We'll get it down. Honestly, we'll just swap for this one fight. Honestly, beautiful play by the side of WSOP, by the side of Evil, and WSOP kind of falling prey to that, burning that TP, losing a huge wave, giving Panic the top hat advantage for that play, and trading a jungler for mid lane is always in favor of the mid laner that survived.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Ari went electrocute and not the... this is a typical New Kappa thing.
This is a heartbreak to watch.
Does get the red buff, so get the experience nonetheless, but the red buff itself does go over to the side of Vitalis right there. You know what one thing is that's actually fantastic? If Chad Penguin can assess the situation and see, hey, they're basically all AD minus Echo. I'm going to go blue build this game, and I may never die.
Yeah, I would love to see Chad Penguin go blue build here, and seeing as how safe they made this for him, seeing how they played the entire draft around him, I'm sure his team talked about it. They have a terrific coach as Reese Barber. He probably put those words in their minds before they even started the game.
Let's hope.
Yeah. We see the first dragon is up. The scuttle is on the side of WSUP, so we'll see if Sejuani wants to try to fight for this.
Yeah. Panic at the top hat just taking the... I don't know if it's just an unfamiliarity with the lane, but...
It absolutely must be. He's just playing these trades awfully. He's burning that E before that Haymaker comes out. He should just be autoing right into set. He'll win that trade every time.
And also, you can, once the Haymaker comes out, you can push the E on the other side. It puts you on the back end of that, put your Q on top,
right.
Puts a point blank right there. And clumsy Chocobo with no lane prio, deciding, hey, I'm going to go here. I don't have flash up.
That seemed like a really odd invade by Clumsy Chocobo. Almost play. I do understand that he feels kind of upset and maybe a little bit tilted that he's been invaded 3 times. So he probably thought maybe I could make up some lost ground by taking an invade, but that's just the wrong play here. And a terrific showstopper by Fish Baby Bodies. He runs down, but excellent dashes out of the Aria to survive that. The charm saves her life a little more. She's dragging it towards Panic the top hat. Panic the top hat, I'd like to see an ult from him to get Ari out of here.
I would say that excellent was not the word I was going to use, because you could have just done 2 dashes away, because they were on the other side of the wall, and then you dashed back over for whatever reason, and had to burn your own flash. Now we know Fish Baby Bot doesn't have...
Sorry.
That's fine. We'll get it someday.
We did see a brawl coming out there in favor of how Kled should be playing these trades. He should just be going all in, abusing the fact that Skarl can just die for these trades if he messes up, but at least he gets the positive trade back.
Yeah. Says Wani is not level 6 yet. So the lowest, lowest level in the game, prioritizing Rift Herald at the moment. As New Kappa goes in and counter jungles, leaving one small chicken.
With once again no pride in map, but it looks like she's not going to get punished this time for it.
Yep. Jisui Mommy has not really been hitting most of these charms.
The ones he does hit, he does capitalize. I've seen some really positive trades off these charms. There is a Blitzcrank right below him. We'll see if they can turn this into a gank. Blitzcrank does the overdrive. He comes in. He sets up for the robot arm. He gets the silence in the robot arm with the knockup, and this should be a clean-cut kill for Talon. With Ahri, no summoners, no spells, no life bar, and she's out.
This is what I don't understand in most of PMA LCS. You're the Ahri right here, and you have no summoners, and you have no ultimate available at that moment. And Talon, you should know, has pretty much everything. And what you're trying to do is make yourself in a longer lane. And they're probably like a, hey... Oh, good God. There's probably a, hey, Blitzcrank is missing. Let's not push up. But for some reason, there's like this... I think in the red division, there's this innate need to just shove lanes to shove lanes. The ping pong effect, what LS talks about, which I think plagues a lot of league players. But then for like gold division, it's always this. Well,
we have a gank come in. We have the charge from Kled. He has a flash over. That wall is unusable now by Talon. The charm comes in, and that is a dead Talon. The shutdown goal is going over to Juice Me Mommy. Desperately needed to finish that Luden's Echo.
Yeah, desperately needed to. Also, in some ways, I kind of wish we would have seen the Glacial, as that's mega damage right there, as nothing's going to come of this most likely, except for maybe Slugga's death. There is a lot of action going on.
We have the Echo Parallel Convergence phase dive into Ahri. Ahri once again pushing out without any respect. No escape skills available. The heal burn by the bot lane duo to survive. It's weird trying to force it. Wow. It's weird trying to force a gank on the bot lane when Ezra only has a tier to his name to a BF sword. But luckily they didn't get too punished on that, only losing a flash.
Yep. Also something I wanted to say. Yeah, you're nasty. Holy crap. Twice now. Spawning plants in front of the Blitzcrank hook by Counterspell. Amazing. Just going to say that right there.
I do think Counterspell has the best Zyra in our league.
I think...
Should be abused more.
Zephocalypse.
True.
And even the game that should be going on the other stream right now on PMA LCS. I forget what he's changed to. But formerly known as Summoner 2805. Evan has a really good Zyra as well. But yeah, and now the Umbral Glaive being completed. I love that item. Such a cheap, good item.
I think this just displays more lack of matchup for Frank. He has the Tabi boost every single trade here, so I'd like continue these trades, and now that he has Sejuani up here, this should be an easy fight. But they just happen to muck that up.
Yep, right there. So, hey, we do see it now. Okay, I don't know who exactly is taking the Demolish, but God, I hope it's the Kled. Because it could be Clumsy Joke. Well, his first tower does go over to them right there.
Yeah, and ironically, last game, Clumsy Chocobo focused all of his ganks up top, and that's something I wish he'd do this game, since he has the Kled and Syndra synergy. There we see the Ezreal pick paying dividends as he survives the gank. Chocobo teleporting in, and actually WSP is drastically out of position.
Yeah, New Kappa Turk. Oh, wait. Somehow, Juice Me Mommy kills. Oh, he He caught him on the other side, and nice stun right there as double shutdowns go over to this Juice Me Mommy right here on the Ahri.
Yeah, beautiful macro play by them.
Drake spawning too, so wonderful timing, actually. Hey, Bluebelt Ezreal's about to be online. Woo! Good job, chat.
Oh, he really is going to it. Pogs everywhere.
Yeah, Pogs in the chat. That's huge. It's absolutely huge. Not only is Ezreal his own self-peel, but the blue build into a team that literally just wants to dive on top of you is huge. Now, I wish we would have seen... now, see, this is where Evil needs to just chill and not... Yeah, exactly. Okay, I'm glad that happened. Because going too hard on that is where you blow your lead when you're like, yeah, guys, we're back into it. It's like, whoa, where did our lead just go? You know,
yeah.
I do wish the Ahri would have been the Glacial Augment Ahri. That is my one thing I think I wish I would have changed about this. Ahri herself has like that true damage. If you land the Q, you can always get the back end of the... If you land the E, you can always get the back end of the Q. And also the Glacial will help catch out these champions, and you know, they all want to jump in and dive on you. Once again, the set, everybody wants to come in and just hit you on the face, which would be really good for the likes of like Sejuani and Zyra, or even just to catch out some people with the Kled ult. That just something I wish would have happened.
Yeah, and here we see Clumsy Chocobo once again taking another fight with New Captain Turk. A fight that we've all witnessed doesn't work now, but this time he's got his boyfriends with him as they all come in with the charge going on. Blitzcrank, Clumsy Chocobo tanking for as long as he can. The Showstopper comes down on the Kled. The Kled hasn't even dismounted it. The Ahri is freaking huge as she goes in the back line. New Captain Turk does not even get to rewind time as the boy that died in time. The bullet time comes out for the Misfortune, and Kled's looking for this remount as Zyra comes in and picks up the pieces. Evo so far has gotten a great fight. The ultimate prison comes out from her. The Zyra knockup comes, and Ezreal finds his not first kill of the game. Zyra actually locks it down with the plant damage. And this has been a terrific 0 for 2 so far on the side of WSOP, or side of Evil.
Yeah, WSP really... playing to their way that the champions are made and the way that the players who are operating them, the pilots, as you will, in these Gundams. I'm sorry, I'm on a huge Gundam binge right now. Like, I refound my Kindle, my love for G Gundam as one of the best Gundams ever.
Is it because you're playing Animal Crossing?
No,
you're just building Gundams on your island?
Wait, you can build Gundams in Animal Crossing?
Yeah.
I don't have a Switch myself, and I don't own Animal Crossing either. So if anyone wants to donate, no, but also you can see the effects of Clumsy Chocobo just being Sejuani, buying enough time for the rest of the team. And yes, as you said, Juice Me Mommy is absolutely huge. I wonder if that's going to be a second item death cap?
It does look like that. I really don't like mids when they do this in PMLS. I feel like they could watch a few more streams. Oblivion Orb second is really good, not even finishing the Morelos right now. And then into Leandre's gives you the biggest power spike you can get at 2.5 items.
Yep.
Plus the Rabadons doesn't really give you that much of a bonus for how ridiculously costly it is.
Yep. Hey, I've confirmed that it is not Clumsy Chocobo with the Demolish, so I'm very happy. As they've given up 2 towers for this Rift Herald and top tower. So a tower and a Rift Herald for 2 towers now, and maybe possibly 1 tower later. But all outers are down for both sides now.
Yeah,
this is a really good even state of the game currently now.
And this is exactly where Evil wants this game to be. As we climb out of the early game and slowly progress past the mid game, WSP is going to have to get really creative to find some positive team fights.
Yeah, and again, it's going to come off of a flank from Fish Baby or a flank from New Captain Vitalis jumping onto, most likely, actually, in these fights, focusing down the Zyra is what you want to do. She is the one with no mobility, no escape, and really no resistances. But the moment this Zyra picks up a Rylai's and oh my goodness, has to burn the ultimate from Vitalis right here. I love the way Chad Penguin is playing right now. Chad Penguin did die in that early gank when he didn't have a flash from earlier on, the level 1, I believe. But ever since then, and now with Infernal being the map right here, as Clumsy Chocobo and Panic at the Top Hat go right there, Ezreal ult comes out, misses. Slaga's going to go down. Bullet Time comes across. Echo goes back in time. Nice little jump over right there. Slaga is still searching as the Glacial Prism came out. And now with all these ultimates burn, if you are the side of evil, do not contest it anymore, my lads. You should not be here. You're only looking for death. If you go in, Clumsy Chocobo looking to get a steal going on right here.
This steal's just not worth it. I'm not sure what he was looking for there. At best, he donates like 300 gold to the enemy team, along with that dragon.
Yeah, I mean, so they get the dragon, they get a kill when they could have just gotten the dragon, and now this is something that plagues, I think, a lot of teams. Enemy jungler is dead, and what do you do now? You don't have your wave set up in any good position. You can't just run straight to Baron because your team does not do Baron fast at all. Once again, with these comps that WSP is drafting, they're hoping. And I think this is not the best way to play League of Legends, but I think this is the best way to play PMA LCS, is that you are hoping that the other team does not communicate well, and Chad missed every single one of those CS. Chad goes and checks Baron when 3 people are in front of him. Ezreal, what are you doing? This has been a really, really bad moment for you these past 30 seconds.
Oh, as we crap on Chad, we can go back and talk about the fact that he is playing exactly the way his team needs to play right now. He's putting out consistent Ezreal level DPS, while provided he's not donating 300 gold every 5 minutes. So he's doing everything he can to keep his team afloat. And meanwhile, Jake in the background is getting a lot of leeway to carry from the bot lane presence.
This is true. And once the Rylai's is completed, like if you can just stall a bit for some item completions, because your team vastly outscales the enemy team. The only champion who actually scales fairly well into the late game would be the Echo and the Set, if you want to call it that. But Set is not even finished with the Trinity Force. Just now does, as I say that. But 22-minute Trinity Force is not what you're looking for here. Also, I do think Blade of the Ruin King is just just incredibly better on this champion currently.
It is. It's just a cleaner build path. And Panic, as a result, Panic the Top Hat has a whole item and a half ahead of. Actually, he's a whole half an item ahead of him. Although some could argue that Trinity Force is an item and a half once it's completed.
Yeah, definitely with as much stats as it gives, gold efficiency for sure. But I just think you could go Blade of the Ruin King into a little bit tankier, because he looks like he's going to be doing the exact same build as well. Chad is definitely playing safe though, and I do like that, as it does seem like this Ahri is, not getting a lot of gold, actually. It feels like they've been sitting on that exact same gold amount for a very long time, as Juicy Mommy flashes in place.
Yeah, there just seems to be poor lane assignments. They're splitting a lot of XP between all these lanes. That interrupted wall over here forces the Talon ultimate out, and now the chase is on. The flash is also forced by a Glacial Prison. Talon doesn't even know where to go next. He's going to try to macro his team to try to take mid tower while he dies here to Juice Me Mommy. Oh! They need to reset now before his team loses anything. However, it looks like Zyra and Ezreal can easily hold this, as the siege is not strong from the side of WSOP.
Yeah, WSP doesn't have... Neither team has really great wave clear altogether, but now Ahri, getting 7 stacks of this Dark Seal. I don't know why Juicy Mommy's still on this side of the map without ultimate. Something that will just tilt me into oblivion is where people are on different pages and you're in comms. Yeah. And people just wanting to do, their own thing. When it's it is far better for you to make a play. Maybe it's the wrong call strategically, but make a great play, or the play with everybody, as opposed to making the correct call by yourself. And I think we see that a lot sometimes. And then sometimes you're making a horrible call by yourself, which is even worse. As we are about to hit the 25-minute mark. Dragon will be spawning at that moment. Ari does have a lot of AP, but is going to be going that death cap second. And I do think I agree with you that going the Oblivion Orb, which is flat pen, when there is no magic resist built on any of the main carries except for, you know, the Merc Treads in the top lane, and then the Negatron Cloak for the Blitzcrank right here. So you could be getting massive amounts of, you know, you'd be seeing a lot of worth from that item right there, as Chad Penguin and everybody goes.
And it would be complete already right now, which is something else to think of. Rabadon just takes so damn long to build.
Yeah, and
like you're not getting the value from it for all these early game skirmishes.
Yeah. Now I will like to see a Panic at the Top Hat ultimate onto the back line. Fighting straight 5v5 in this doesn't really work unless you can get to the Misfortune, I feel.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Zyra can definitely interrupt the Misfortune. Zyra threatens the Misfortune every single fight with just an ult. She can't just sit back and bullet time. However, it looks like Evil is just going to command this Dragon Pit, as WSP doesn't feel like they're strong enough to fight.
Yeah, they don't know this, but Misfortune has recalled, and they could have started this Dragon right now, but they are so timid in their calls right now. They had no idea. I don't think Misfortune backed on Vision right there. But they're just looking for picks when they really should be on the same page as Clumsy Chocobo is in the pit.
Clumsy Chocobo is officially just caught out from his team. However, that can be easily remedied with a Kled ult right here. This would actually be a great Kled ult as they get a cute pick onto Talon. Talon loses half his health bar, and this would be a great time to start the fight.
Kled ult would be fantastic right here for the 17th time.
Yeah, they just need to pull the trigger.
Yeah, something I talk about with some of the people over on GCU is... if you have these champions who have the go buttons, you should ask maybe once or twice if everyone is fine, or look at your minimap and see where your teammates are. But if you have the go button, you can't be the one to ask everybody for permission to press your ability. That's
right,
not how
and
this
the wave
works.
up top is just not in their favor. They just have to go now while they still have this advantage. It looks like Sejuani's going to go for it. She's going to go in such an uncharacteristic way. It looks like they need some target call out though. As Kled's going to go deep in the back line. Misfortune and Blitzcrank get caught out. The Glacial Prison just slightly whiffs of Misfortune. Misfortune still gets caught out by the Charm to combo. Blitzcrank is also going to go down. And the set Showstopper goes in. He goes in the grab smash heads for nobody. Haymaker hits barely anybody. He does no damage this fight. He goes down to Ezreal. Ezreal's got a triple kill going on. Venus is trying to get in the back line with his Talon. He is swiftly running away, but there is no way that they recur this fight now. At best, now they get an Echo Steal into Time Drop, but his ultimate's already down. This Dragon's going to go straight down to WSOP, and that is a resounding victory for Evil this fight.
I will say that the Zyra pick came in extremely clutch. She was soloing New Capaturk, who had to burn ultimate from Panic at the Top Hat, zoning him out right there. And it looks like they're also going to get this Dragon all the kills and tier 2 as Ezreal just... I want to stress this so much. Chad played that fight so well in terms of being with the team and not chasing after, like, oh, I saw where the Kled ult went. He knew what his job was in that one. And I think that's really big.
Absolutely. He hit exactly... As you said, he did exactly what he was supposed to do. He hit what was in front of him, and it just served him beautifully. Chad is playing this game just perfectly here. Even though the rest of his team is also playing phenomenally, I like to see this night and day difference from last game.
Yeah, and I think it says something when you feel like you have the ability to counter what an enemy team does well, and I think they addressed that really well with this Ezreal pick.
Yeah.
Now the Tristana could have also done it, but also the Tristana wouldn't have had the options to do like the blue build, which serves them well right here. Is Clumsy going in.
Clumsy's feeling his own tankiness, but now he's just going to sacrifice the life. However, we have a teleport coming in from Panic at the top of that. They just do not do enough damage to kill Clumsy. Blitzcrank goes down. He is completely pointless at this point in the game. Kled goes in with his charge. He gets the pickup. He grabs the Bear Claw on the trap onto Misfortune, forcing out of the
Oh!
fight. And Fish Baby Bot goes down before he can even get the Haymaker off. Misfortune just run out of the fight because she's completely garbage at this stage of the game. Talon looks for a pick in the flank, but it's what's he going to do in this 1v4 situation?
Oh,
he just
clumsy!
dies and donates another 400 gold. And I hope this team looks to Baron now.
You have everybody up and smite. If you don't Baron now, you need to quit. I want to say that Clumsy bought so much time right there. And I love, we talked about the trigger fingers, right? New Capitur can only steal, does not have ultimate available. Only checks it out a little bit. Clumsy Chocobo getting really low here, though. He's going to die.
Ooh, this Baron looks a lot less well. However, he's going to sacrifice his life to try to stall this Baron. They have to finish this Baron now with the Kled tank. Blitzcrank's not going to go in for the hook, so it doesn't matter. They do resolve this Baron and get 1,500 gold for the team.
A little bit questionable by Kled to not be on the Baron DPSing it, I think.
That was completely questionable.
Because you should be knowing that, hey, I'm getting really, really low, guys. All right, sure, yeah. Because what does Kled do right there? He's obviously not coming from that area. You have a pink ward on that part. And if he tries to show up, you have, like, Zyra Root and Ari Charm right there. So that's the one thing right there. But I want to talk about... So the itemization choices coming out right now, we saw the blue build come out. Now the Blade of the Rune King is finished. So Ezreal is probably at the strongest point of the game that he'll probably be. And I actually think, and this is no meme, that the next item for him should be a Liandry's. Because you don't need to cut through the armor of, like, Set, really. Because everyone else, like, you don't need, like, a Last Whisper is what I'm basically saying. No one else on this team is really building armor besides Blitzcrank or Fish Baby Bot. If you go Liandry's right here, the amount of DPS you can do with the slow tick of your Iceborne Gauntlet as well will just do an incredible amount of damage.
I really like that. Look, yeah, it's a really old school blue buff coming out from Ezreal in your mind, and I think it fits perfectly into what they're looking to do with this Ezreal.
Yeah, Panic at the top hat quietly 2-0 and 8. The Magi Soul Stealer being upgraded right here.
Wow.
Because he was sitting at 10 stacks of Darksteel, so I just thought, hey, I don't have enough for anything else. Yeah, look at this damage too. Oh,
the Blitzcrank. Ooh, Vita's Disney is going up for the flash ult combo, but he gets nothing. He's just scaled out of this game. Sadly, the Talon is not able to get the instant kill anymore. As we see the fight continue, even though Chad's been poked out, the Glacial Person goes on to Vitas. They know he has no ultimate. Kled goes back on the backline. It's going to be a 2v4 for a while. Holy cow, Kled is just wrecking face. Echo disappears with a Zyra damage. I definitely smell Zyra ban coming out next game.
That Zyra damage was absolutely massive. Now, having completed the Rylai's Liandry's right there. There we go. Slow plus Liandry's equals goodbye to your health bar. And right now, they're going to play it really, really safe. I like the tempo of which they're doing. And again, Panic at the top hat has the trigger finger. Clumsy Chocobo has a trigger finger. They say, let's go. Ezreal throws the ult while he's waiting for some of his health to regen. And they take care of all the divers on the back end. They're going to be able to pick up this second Infernal Drake, which only helps the side of, like, Clumsy Chocobo. Everybody, not Clumsy, but everybody minus Clumsy Chocobo benefits from these, Drakes right here, which they've gotten, plus 8% attack damage and ability power to them. So it's really, really good. There still is a chance for the side of WSP to come back into this game, and that is through picks and playing around vision. But now it looks like Ari is either going to be getting a Banshee's Veil or a Zhonya's. When I really think, again, that flat pen would really serve her well. Or even just a Zhonya, like a stopwatch itself. But Chad,
yeah, at this point, I think it's too late to find an Oblivion Orb. I'd like to see her pick up a Banshee's actually here.
Banshee's is fine,
the team, they're not really going to try to build a defensive line around a Zhonya, Ari.
Yeah. As Panic and Top just going to be able to get away from this and not try to yank
Beautiful outplay.
Yeah.
I actually think he could 1v2 this with his current base stats over these two.
Well, he's 17 versus 14 and 15. Yeah, it's just it's insane. But you know who can kill them all? The rest of his team. Now he doesn't have ultimate available, but Vitalis just jumped a wall and he has to burn ultimate right there. As the Zyra's gonna pop ultimate, so she will get out.
However, the trade for Vita to Zissicius, and the Echo already has gone back in time. The Showstopper gets Sejuani out of there, but she flashes over to secure the kill on Echo. The Misfortune flash forward to try to get the shutdown on Ezreal, but that leaves their team at a low point as Kled is completely full health. The Ari comes by with a charm, fixes out the Blitzcrank, and now it's just Set versus the world. I'd like to see Team Evil try to close out some Nexus turrets here.
Yeah, that is the TP from Panic at the Top Hat. So yeah, Zyra getting caught out right there. You kind of thought, oh man, that might spell doom. But because Panic at the Top Hat has Demolish, this is going to be the win, and we're going to be forced into a Game 3 match point. Evil looking so good right here.
I really like how Evil adapted to Game 1, fixed everything they absolutely needed to fix, even with just the Ezreal pick, banning out the hooks, some of the champion picks, like picking the Kled into the set, how they picked it, adding Demolish to it, it was just beautifully done. Yeah. Well done to Evil this game.
Ah, fantastic. In chat, General Dill, Vitalis de Intius. Not so true. Yeah, 5-8-3. The Talon pick was really good. Also, I didn't realize this. He took Conqueror on the Talon.
That is, but according to Juice Me Daddy, that is the current pick on Talon. So I'm hesitant to believe it, but
I mean, I get it.
This is 2 players, then I'll do it.
I get it. Let's look at these damage charts. Zyra topping the damage for the other team almost outside of Echo and Misfortune. Echo does get the damage chart win. Oh no! No, by 40 damage, Ari wins. By 40. But I really loved the way the entire team of Evil, it was a more cohesive team comp. It was, you could say comfort again. Kled's a comfort champion for the likes of Panic at the Top Hat. Ezreal, not necessarily comfort, but plays to the style of Chad Penguin. Clumsy being on something very, very just self-sufficient in the Sejuani. And obviously, if you're looking at like player of the games for this game in particular, you'll probably look at like Counterspell, Chad, and Panic at the Top Hat, in my opinion. But man, it is Conqueror Talon, says Sivan. All right, well, that's going to be Game 2 as we are going to go into a final game of Game 3 here versus Evil versus WSP. We'll take a quick break.